We should be vigilant and deal with the remaining Oathbreakers in the past. This seems like a suicide mission. What did the Vedrian Guard hope to accomplish? From what we've learned from the other prisoners, the runners are instructed to escape the valley and drum up support for the Oathbreakers' cause everywhere in the tiers. Aurora shrugs. I don't know who they think will listen to their pleas. We've smashed every army, fortress, and self-proclaimed ruler these low-born tiersmen have to offer. Perhaps they think the wild beasts will rally to their side? This favored victory has soaked the tiers with fear. I doubt anyone would rally to their hopeless cause. My thoughts exactly. They lost this war years ago. This is little more than the last gasp of a dying people. I've been traveling for days. How much longer until I reach the Archons? You've almost to your destination. Once we clear the pass of the enemy, just head north down the foothills. From there, should just be a matter of hours to the encampments. Carry on. For the glory of Kairos. Oh, nice.
For the Queen!
A rock slide blocks the path ahead. You can squeeze through a narrow gap between the stones, or you can attempt to push one of the boulders out of the way. Brute strength will also work.
Right.
I'll head back to the post and ensure no one else makes it out of the way.
I got it. Will do. I got it. For the glory! Right. I got it.
This guy's so tanky. Don't bother with me. Go down the path. Drastus. The soldier clutches his gut and winces. You can see a hint of entrails from his fingers. You're wounded, and it's not trivial. He laughs through clenched teeth. This but a scratch. I've seen twice as worse, 10 times over. He doubles over in pain, gagging and shivering. Keep hold of your guts then. Farewell. He releases his wounds to flash you a pain salute. Hail Kairos. That's funny. The later arraignment assigned to Tunon's elite lawbringers is prominently decorated with a court sigil. Court garments are fitted to their owners with care, and no two are exactly alike. Minor variations in design and tailoring reflect something of the wearer, whose devotion to the archon of law is recognized and celebrated by the very right to don such finery. You must unequip the shield before removing the primary weapon. Oh. That's interesting. The scroll contains the words of Kairos' edict. You have been commanded to deliver. If Ascension Hall has not been taken by my forces before morning on the Day of Swords, all in the valley when this edict is passed will perish. The UI down here is still not, it's not unaffected though, that's the problem. This might be too big though, so maybe it's okay. Several skulls, bleached by the sun and picked clean by carrion birds, spiked on a roughly hewn post. It is the only heraldry the Scarlet Forest needs.
Try and catch me, worm.
A young Scarlet Fury weaves around the Vendrian Guard attackers, avoiding their weapons with fluid grace. She nods to acknowledge you. A breathless enemy soldier passes a glance to her countrymen. This one's crazy. Too much lead in her water. We should cut our losses and turn back.
Fake finder. Here at last. Here to join me in putting these cowards out of their misery.
She nods to the armed soldiers bearing down on her. Save something for me. For the realm of Apex, charge. The Vendrian Guard level their weapons and advance. Who is she fighting? We gotta check her target first. Okay, so she's fighting this guy. So.
I see if the crow flies. how you didn't spend the conquest in a diplomat's tent.
The fighter surveys the fresh corpses and nods with satisfaction.
I'm versed, by the way. But there are more important things to take care of than introductions. Those Vendrian guard we killed didn't come alone.
She gestures to the skirmish unfolding in the pass below, shaking her head. Not so fast. First, explain what you're doing here.
The voices of Narat told me to intercept you at Edgering Ruins before you busied yourself solving all of the camp's problems. Guess I was too late.
She smirks.
You're due for a meeting with the Archons, but we should handle this small matter of this ambush first.
Why are the Vendrian Guard attacking now?
My guess? The Vendrian Guard are testing our strength in battle, learning how we perform before they organize a real offensive. That or they're really desperate to get beyond the mountains and couldn't wait until nightfall.
You fight like a storm. Well, what's your role in the army?
A Scarlet Fury, one of the elite killers of our ignoble gang. You'll see more than a few of us around camp, but don't let that fool you. We're a rare breed. Most of the soldiers in the Scarlet Chorus are little more than farmers and children armed with rusted forks. Makes them easier to control. The voices of Narat called his best fighters to this siege. There must be something important about Vendrian's well, though don't ask me what. The Archon isn't in the habit of spilling secrets.
Vendrian's Well is the name of the central plateau of the Tears, a mountain-ringed valley of rivers, floodplains, and scattered farmland, once ruled by House Vendrian of the realm of Apex. At the heart of the valley is the mountain spire, and at the base of the massive stone structure is an old citadel built centuries ago and largely left unused until recent times. I'm ready if you are.
Eager. I like that. Before we go, you might search among the remains of our fallen comrades. Wherever they're bound, I doubt they'll miss their boots, much less any rings or any useful item they might be clutching.
Rings were first introduced by Kairos in the early years of the Northern Conquest. The currency of the divided realms was of questionable value and easily counterfeited, and rings offered the promise of a shared economy simple enough for anyone to understand. Today, they are the standardized currency across the known lands of Tyranny. Their commonality and ease of transportation quickly made rings the preferred unit of trade, even in realms where Kairos' peace is not observed. I see your point. Nice and practical.
No reason to pity the fallen. Before long, we might wish we'd joined them here. But at least we'll enjoy heavy pockets and warm toes. For the voices of Narat!
Verse first of Brown focuses on the battle to come. Scarlet Fury Helm. I don't have enough lore. The verse doesn't have enough lore. Interesting.
On it. Right.
You should loot some of these bodies before moving on. Where they're going, I don't think they'll miss their gear.
how big this is. As you make through the tiers, use a mini map in the lower right corner of the screen. So, I don't know if I like the UI improvement. An empty spike waiting to claim its victim.
Not happening.
Several skulls bleached by the sun and picked clean. Oh, it's the same description. Weapons and armor are strewn haphazardly around the cart. Every blade shows signs of rust, and every piece of armor is in need of repair. Eyes forward, no looking back. The Vendrian Guard warrior roars with his falx held high, his words largely lost over the din of combat. The falx is a enduring symbol of military life in the tiers, adapted from the agrarian sites of Azure. This curved blade was, in ages past, the weapon of peasants forced into battle. In the last century, the nobles of Apex took a liking to the weapon, and it has become the weapon all serious Vendrian Guard warriors endeavor to master. Queen Slayer. The warrior rears back his swinging arm as the invective hisses off his tongue. I've long dreamed of laying claim to your skull. So nice of you to present yourself. You've gained loyalty with verse. You just arrived at camp and they already gave you a title? Impressive. As he signals his men to charge, the sound of chanting rises from the south, drawing his attention. Scarlet chorus reinforcements. Hurry! mocking blaze. Run down the Oathbreakers, let none escape. From the red mob of reinforcements from the south, a blood chanter emerges at the head of the rabble, the ornamental crest of her staff pulsing with crimson tones. Signing sigils of magic and wordlessly moving her mouth, the blood chanter scribes a series of spells into the air. A red glow surrounds the Vendrian Guard warriors as the chanter's magic worms its way into their minds, binding them with rage. Hold position, all of you. You there, keep to the path. The warrior gestures along the canyon trail. But his soldiers turn their attention to the Scarlet Chorus, roaring challenges. No, don't engage them. We need to run. His orders falling on deaf ears. The warriors reluctantly raises his weapon. We gotta attack the lackeys first. The companion verse has joined your party. Verse is capable. I think the I think the wow, it's stuck. Okay, hold on. Let me just finish this and then we'll save. The companion verse has joined your party. Versus capable warriors, skill in both melee and ranged combat. As you acquire companions, you will need to balance their strengths against the strength of your character to be successful in combat. While it is possible to adventure alone, you find the game more rewarding with a well-balanced party. It's possible to adventure alone. There are now 2 characters in your party, and both are selected. Any commands you issue now will affect both party members. To select a single party member, click on the selection circle, their portrait, or press F1 to select the player character F2 to select first. Multiple party members, click and hold anywhere on the screen and drag the marquee over the circles. Okay. You can either control your new companion directly, or you can have enable their AI and have them attack and use abilities automatically. Once their AI is enabled, you can always select them or tell them to attack a specific enemy or use an ability, and they will follow your orders. If you right-click on the AI button, you can see AI settings for your party members. You can set the auto-attack behavior for each character, which determines how they attack enemies. For companions, you can also choose AI packages that determines how they will use their abilities in combat. Verse has several stance abilities that provide her different benefits in combat. Stances are modal abilities, meaning they can be toggled on and off. Only one stance can be active at a time. When the stance is deactivated, all stance abilities enter cooldown for a short duration. Disengage. Okay, that's okay. Why are they attacking? Okay, whatever. They decided to attack him instead.
Will do.
Damn thing! Good pierce claw.
Stab in the butt. Come quick, we have a situation on the cliff sides. They have the commander. Ooh, nice armor. Okay, let me just see if I can take care of this. Weapons and armor are stacked with neat precision on this transport cart. Every spear is honed and oiled, ready for battle. Kairos ordered the original icon of the disfavored erased from memory. For over 100 years, the disfavored have kept the scratched out iconography, wearing it with pride. Admiring the disfavored sigil? I knew a thing or two about that. Couldn't help but notice you were eyeballing the disfavored symbol littered about the camp. It's hardly a symbol, just a scrawl. That's true, but it used to be the pride of Graven Ash's Legion before Kairos made them deface it. What happened? Word has it that Ash has been under more scrutiny than other Archons, seeing that he took a stand against Kairos in the past. Even though he bent the knee in the end, that doesn't place him above suspicion. Kairos and the other Archons keep him on a tight leash. Before he bent the knee to Kairos, Grave Ash rallied his legions against the Overlord's authority. His prowess on the battlefield ingratiated him to the Archons, who welcomed him into their ranks in exchange for his obedience. Ash's troops impressed the growing empire, but Kairos made them sacrifice everything they were up to the point Ash surrendered. They've been disfavored ever since, and fighting to earn back their honor. I guess that's why you don't cross the Overlord. Kairos holds a grudge with a mean, jealous streak. I don't blame you. Compared to the Scarlet Chorus, the disfavored are but as interesting as hard labor.
They won't see me coming.
Will do.
The symbol of the Scarlet Chorus is smeared in blood on the tattered cloth tent. No effort has been made to repair the gaping tears. Cosma. What are you doing? You draw attention to me. This torn banner bears a scratched out icon of the disfavored. The army's original symbol has been lost to history. Engraven Ash has never ordered a replacement, preferring the blasted icon over all others. Palox Terrell. Stow your weapons so we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds his favorite officer at knife point. Skewer him, worry not for me. Graven Ash will protect. The disfavored officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his bracers and cuirass. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? This blade, with a jerk of his knife, he slices off a clump of Drastus's matted hair. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Why kill the disfavored nobody when you could take a swing at the Queenslayer? I love that. Let's do that instead of athletics. I think that's much better. You have gained favors with both of them. You, the Queenslayer, pushing Drastus to the side, Palox Terrell bound forward with murder in his eyes. His glorious charge ends somewhat abruptly at the disfavored as the disfavored soldiers step in, weapons out, and butcher Terrell. Good. Drastus, dazed but alive, Drastus lets out a long sigh and struggles to his feet. Oh, we don't see the animation. Oh. Kairos be praised, that Oathbreaker fought with the rage of Cairn himself. Cairn, the mountainous Archon of Stone, accompanied the disfavored in the conquest of the Tears. His temple, yeah, I already read it, I think. And his petrifies. Oh no. His temper and proclivity towards destructive solutions often branded him a liability to the otherwise orderly takeover. But his powers were not easily dismissed. During the Azure campaign, Cairn went on a rampage, declaring himself independent of Kairos, in the conquest of unlawful sham. Kairos drafted the Edict of Stone to put an end to the rebellious Archon, and his petrified corpse rests in the ruins of Azure to this day. Oh, he got killed. Okay. Drastus slides a trembling hand along the cut of his neck. Thank you, Fatebinder. I thought today was my last. From the look of it, I guess they thought if they swarmed the pass, maybe one might make it out. We found a few scraps of parchment on the bodies. Drastus holds out a handful of crumpled parchments for your inspection. A student of letters such as yourself should be able to make sense of this. Literacy is rare in the Northern Empire, with disfavored are born and trained. Time spent reading and writing is, after all, time not spent sparring and readying one's body and mind for battle. All that training, no, we're not going to make fun of him. Examine the parchment. Repeating the same messages in different written scripts, the parchments explain the Vendrian Guard's desire to overthrow Kairos' Archons and rout their enemies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to a specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the younger realms to gather at Vendrian's Well. Recruitment material. They were trying to bring more traders to the fight. Well, from the look of it, we kept them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hoped to accomplish, I think their plan died here. The Archons are expecting you. When you're ready, leave the gate to the southeast. follow the trails down slope for a few hours. You'll see the campfires leagues away. You can't miss it. The once pure water of Queen Lysarius' tears has run red with blood since Kyra's forces invaded. You see a very old, broken section of the wall. There's a rope hanging down that has recently been used to scale it. The rope appears to be secured strongly enough to hold your weight.
Quiet down. Can't do that. Can't do that.
We will teach these Oathbreakers a lesson. Glory to the north. Fatebinder, Aurora salutes you as you approach. We are honored by your presence. Need something? What's the situation here in Vendrian's Well? The Oathbreakers hold the citadel at the heart of the valley, the one built around the base of the spire. Aurora point east towards the tower in the distance. The Matani River has been our largest headache during the siege. It's unsafe for armored troops to ford, save for at key locations, and the enemy knows this as well as we do. I know we'd be a lot farther along if the Scarlet Chorus used the alleged strength in numbers to ford the river themselves and overwhelm the enemies. Aurora looks at Verse with a disapproving air. As it is, we must take the valley slowly and advance to this favored bulwark. Since that's where the real work gets done. Because all it takes is numbers to cross the river under a hail of arrows. If the disfavored were quicker to act, maybe the Vendrian Guard wouldn't be so trained up to face us. I don't have any allure. So now we have to choose a side. What was Aurora saying? Aurora is correct. The slow advance will win down. Without question, patience and determination will deliver these tearsmen to us in chains. How long have you been with the disfavored? 7 years. She pauses to count on her fingers. 2 seasons, mayhap a handful of days. I trained at Fort Resolution a bit before the conquest. Compared to the commanders you find around camp or stationed at Iron Hearth, that makes me one of the young bloods. This has been a long and grueling campaign, but the end is in sight. We'll soon have the Oathbreakers back under control. Then we can rest, retrain, and even cycle out troops so we can see our families again. What can you tell me of the Vendrian Guard? They are the last gasp of the younger realms. Among them are warriors that escaped the Bastard City siege, a few refugees from the other victories, and a bunch of Vendrian locals with delusions of independence. The realm of Azure, Apex, Stalwart, and Haven are collectively known as the Younger Realms, and together they represent the major political factions of the tiers. For centuries, the Younger Realms have battled amongst themselves for control of the tiers, with every realm having been at war with each other at some point in memorable history. The lack of unified resistance allowed Kairos' armies to swiftly conquer the tiers. These sudden wastrels cannot match our iron, nor the course's numbers. One on Tyranny gave them the nerve to rise up and ask for a second helping of battle as anyone's guess. Seen anything interesting during the war? I once saw a forge-bound artisan set himself on fire. Occupational hazard. That was an unpleasant day, the first of many, to be honest. Forge-bound are mage smiths known to Kairos' service, though their operations in the tiers are overseen by Tunon and his court of Fatebinders. Each forge-bound uses magic as a tool to augment their personal craft, most commonly smelting and metalworking, but carpenters, sailors, and tanners are found in their ranks, and each mage strives to create that which is impossible with mundane hands. Most notable, the forge-bound are the sole masters of ironworking in the known world, using spells of fire resistance to wade into the forge fires. The forge-bound can work iron at temperatures no other forge can match, and with hands-on touch that no mundane smith could hope to achieve. Because of this vital skill, the forge-bound are considered a strategic war asset, their lives regimented and controlled so that the forges may churn out iron arm and armor without debate, delay, or distraction. I wasn't there to watch you proclaim the Edict of Storms, but I saw the devastation hit stalwart and take up several cohorts of this favorite with it. She squeezes her eyes shut and shakes her head. Carry on. She taps her gauntlet she types her gauntlet to her breastplate and salute. Have a pleasant siege, Bedfinder.
On it.
I'll be your shadow.
Can't do that. Sorry, can't.
It's so loud. Fatebinder, what an honor to have one of Tunon's court visit our humble holdfast. Need supplies? Bursting with energy, and the merchant slams her palm down on top of the crate. If so, come to the right place. So what will it be today? She spreads out a welcoming arm over her wares. We gotta check. The Archon demands all prisoners be given a chance to serve the chorus. These lying horse spawn had their chance long ago. I say kill him.